Welcome to Stoic Inner Power, where we embark on a journey to reclaim the sovereignty of our minds and emotions today. Imagine standing amidst a violent storm, yet feeling completely dry and calm within the shelter of an unshakable inner fortress. This is the promise of Stoicism, not to stop the storm, but to ensure that the rain never touches your soul. We live in a world where words are often used as weapons, designed to pierce our armor and steal our peace. Too often, we allow the opinions and judgments of others to dictate our happiness, leaving us vulnerable and constantly exhausted. But as the great emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this now. When you realize this fundamental truth, you will find strength, for you have been holding the key to your freedom forever. Today, we will build that lighthouse within you, in guiding you through the treacherous waters of social interaction and emotional manipulation. We will explore how to achieve total emotional autonomy, ensuring that no one has the power to hurt you ever again. This is not about becoming cold or indifferent, but about becoming invincible to the arrows that used to make you bleed. Let us begin by understanding the concept of mental sovereignty, the foundation upon which your new invincible character will be built. Your mind is a fortress, and for too long, you have left the drawbridge down, inviting every enemy inside your walls. The first step to freedom is recognizing that you cannot control what others say, but you control if you listen. Other people's words are merely vibrations in the air. They only become painful when your mind interprets them as an attack. You possess absolute sovereignty over your internal world, a domain where no tyrant can enter without your explicit and willing permission. Epictetus taught that while his leg could be chained, not even Zeus himself could conquer his free will and choices. When someone insults you, they are offering you a gift of poison. If you refuse to accept it, it remains theirs. The hurt does not come from their delivery, but from your acceptance of the package and opening it within your heart. We must rewire our understanding of harm. You are only harmed when your character is degraded, not when your ego is bruised. Think of yourself as a cliff against which the waves continually break. It stands firm and tames the fury of the water. This sovereignty is not given. It is practiced daily through the discipline of perception and the refusal to be a victim. Why do we feel hurt? Because we are often like puppets, allowing the external world to pull our strings at will. We seek validation like a thirsty man seeks water in a desert, drinking sand because we do not know the difference. The root of our suffering lies in our dependency on external approval to define our own worth and our internal value. When your self-worth is rooted in the opinions of others, you are as unstable as a leaf blowing in the wind. Your ego is the fragile part of you that craves recognition, and it is the part that bleeds when it is denied. Seneca warned us that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality, creating pain where none actually needs to exist. When you need their approval, you hand them the remote control to your emotions, letting them change your channel at will. To be truly free, you must cut the cord of validation and learn to validate yourself through your own virtue and actions. Does an emerald lose its quality if it is not praised? No. And neither do you lose your worth without applause. The moment you stop needing them to like you is the moment you become dangerous, powerful, and completely untouchable to their malice. Now consider the cost of your reactions. What price do you pay when you allow yourself to be provoked by others? Every time you react with anger or sadness, you are leaking vital energy that could be used for your own growth. You lose your dignity when you descend to the level of those who insult you, engaging in a battle beneath your station. You trade your peace of mind for a moment of righteous indignation, a trade that a wise Stoic would never ever make. Relationships are fractured not by the initial hurt, but by the defensive wars we wage to protect our bruised and fragile egos. But when you throw mud at someone else, remember that your hands are the ones that get dirty first, staining your own soul. The time spent brooding over an insult is time stolen from your life, time that you can never buy back again. Respect yourself enough to refuse entry to toxic thoughts. Your mind is a sacred temple, not a public dumping ground. True power is not showing how loud you can yell, but demonstrating how little you need to say to prove your point. To achieve this state, we must understand the nature of those who hurt us, shifting from anger to a form of pity. View rude people like misbehaving children. They lack the maturity and wisdom to act better, so why be angry at them? Socrates was once kicked, and when asked why he didn't retaliate, he said, "If a donkey kicks me, do I sue it?" Expect people to be flawed, selfish, and rude at times. To expect otherwise is to be surprised that a fig tree bears figs. Shall treat their bad behavior as a sickness of their soul. You do not get angry at a blind man for not seeing. They are blind to the truth of virtue. Their insults are merely symptoms of their own internal pain and confusion, not yours. When someone attacks you, they are often projecting their own insecurities. You are just the screen upon which they play their movie. Don't take it personally. It is rarely about you. It is about their struggle, their bad day, and their lack of control. Navigate through society like a traveler in a thorny forest. Simply avoid the thorns without demanding that the forest be different. Now we arrive at the most powerful tool in the Stoic arsenal, the master pause, the space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl discovered that between what happens to us and how we react lies our freedom and our power to choose. When you feel the surge of anger, stop, take a breath. Do not let the spark ignite the powder keg of emotion. Use the 5-second rule. Count to 5 before you speak. In those seconds, you regain your rationality and your dignity. This pause allows your logical brain to catch up with your emotional brain, preventing you from saying things you will regret. It is the mark of a superior mind to have the weapon ready, but to choose peace instead of unnecessary conflict. Channel your immediate reaction into a reservoir of patience. Let the sediment settle so you can see the situation clearly. How many relationships have been saved by the words that were never spoken? Silence is often the loudest answer you can give. Silence is a mirror. When you remain silent in the face of disrespect, you force the other person to reflect on themselves. It deprives them of the fuel they need. Fire cannot burn without oxygen, and conflict cannot survive without your participation. By staying silent, you show that their words are not heavy enough to tip your scales or disturb your equilibrium. But silence is not passivity. It is an active choice to preserve your energy for battles that actually matter to you. This brings us to setting boundaries. You must learn to say no to toxic interactions without feeling a shred of guilt. A boundary is not a wall to shut people out. It is a gate to protect your garden from being trampled. You have the right to walk away. You have the right to end a conversation that disrespects your soul or values. Removing yourself from a situation is not weakness. It is a strategic retreat to maintain the integrity of your mind. Prune your social circle like a gardener prunes a tree. Remove the dead weight so that your true self can flourish. Cognitive discipline is the final tool. It means questioning your own interpretations. Is this truly hurtful, or is it just noise? Become a detective of your own mind. Investigate why a comment hurts. Usually it touches a wound you haven't healed yet. But heal the wound, and the touch will no longer hurt. Use their insults as a diagnostic tool to find your weaknesses. Turn the obstacle into the way. Use the friction of difficult people to polish your character and strengthen your patience. Like an oyster turns an irritating grain of sand into a pearl, you can turn social irritation into wisdom and virtue. Be like the fire that consumes everything thrown into it. The obstacles do not block the path, they become the path. Relentless practice in your daily life. Relentless practice in your daily life. The next time someone tries to hurt you, remember, you are the fortress, you are the lighthouse, you are the master. This is Stoic inner power. Reclaim your sovereignty. Do not let the world own you. You own yourself. Stay strong. Let us deepen our understanding. Think of life as a chessboard. You cannot control the opponent's moves, only your own response. Every insult is a move designed to provoke a blunder. If you react emotionally, you make the mistake they wanted. Stoicism is that reflex. It is the training that allows you to catch your composure before it shatters on the floor. Endurance is not just physical. Emotional endurance is the ability to sustain positivity in a negative environment without becoming corrupted. You can be surrounded by toxicity and remain pure. Your environment does not dictate your character unless you surrender to it. Filter every interaction. Keep the useful feedback. Discard the emotional poison. This is the alchemy of the wise mind. Criticism often contains a grain of truth mixed with malice. Extract the gold of truth and throw away the malice. If the insult is true, thank them for the insight. If it is false, pity them for their error. Win-win. Seneca taught us that a tyrant can hurt your body, but he cannot hurt your mind unless you fear him. Does the moon care when the dog barks at it? Be like the moon. Shine on, regardless of the noise below. Road rage is a perfect example. You get angry at a stranger you will never see again. Is it worth it? That anger spikes your cortisol, ruins your mood, and endangers your safety. The other driver has already forgotten you. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You are the only one suffering. Drop the heavy backpack of grudges. It slows your ascent to the peak of personal greatness and inner tranquility. Let the past flow like water. You cannot grasp it. You can only stand in the present moment, which is yours. Clear your perception. See rude people not as monsters, but as victims of their own bad habits and poor upbringing. The Stoic is the adult in the room. You do not tantrum with the children. You guide them or ignore them. Visualize a shield around you. When an insult comes, see it hit the shield and slide off, leaving no mark. Start your day like Marcus Aurelius. Today, I will meet meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly people. By anticipating their behavior, you strip it of its power to surprise and hurt you. You are ready for them. Premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Rehearse your response to rudeness so you are never caught off guard. Write your script. When they say X, I will do Y. I will smile, I will pause. I will walk away. Your happiness is your own responsibility. Do not give anyone the power to turn off your joy like a light switch. If you are easily offended, you are a slave to everyone you meet. Anyone can become your master by annoying you. Break the chains, declare your independence. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your emotional soul. The sea may be rough, but the captain does not panic. He adjusts the sails and keeps his eyes on the North Star. Your North Star is virtue. As long as you act with integrity and kindness, nothing external can truly harm you. Integrity is the armor that no insult can pierce. If you know you did right, their words are merely lies. Be the rock. Let the insults wash over you like water. They are wet, they are cold, but they pass quickly. Remember the impermanence of all things. The person insulting you will be gone soon. The insult will be forgotten. Walk through a cemetery. All those people once worried about what others thought. Now their silence is eternal. From the perspective of the cosmos, this argument is smaller than a grain of dust. Why let it consume you? Zoom out. Take the view from above. It shrinks your problems and restores your sense of proportion and peace. When you feel hurt, fly up in your mind. Look down at the situation. See it as a tiny ant drama. We are often like ants fighting over a crumb. Do not trade your gold for the copper. Do not trade your gold for the copper coins of petty arguments and temporary wins. Sometimes your calmness can de-escalate the other person. Your peace can be contagious, healing the situation for both. Be the light in the room. When others bring darkness, do not dim your light. Shine brighter to guide them. Kindness is invincible, said Marcus Aurelius, but only if it is sincere, not faked or sarcastic. Respond to aggression with genuine concern. You seem upset. Are you okay? This disarms the attacker instantly. It is hard to fight someone who refuses to be an enemy. You remove the resistance they are pushing against. Practice mental judo. Use their energy to deflect the attack, letting them fall by their own aggressive momentum. Step aside. Do not block the path of their anger. Let it pass you by and dissipate into the void. Be like bamboo, flexible, bending under pressure, but never breaking, and always returning to your upright position. Rigidity is weakness. If you are rigid in your ego, you will snap. Flexibility of mind is true strength. Adaptability allows you to handle any person. You fit the situation, you handle it, and you flow on. When a conversation hits a dead end, do not bang your head against the wall. Find another way or exit. Wisdom is knowing when to engage and when to withdraw. Not every battle is worth your time and ammunition. A strategic retreat is not a defeat. It is a preservation of resources for a more important victory later. Focus on what you can control. You can control your attention. Direct it towards things that nurture your soul. Your attention is your currency. Do not spend it on people who do not deserve it. Invest it wisely. Cultivate your inner garden. The more beauty you grow inside, well, the less you will need to seek it outside. Protect your heart. It is the engine of your life. Do not let anyone throw sand into your engine. Maintain your emotional machinery. Regular reflection, journaling, and meditation are the oil that keeps you running smoothly. Journaling is the conversation you have with yourself. It clarifies your thoughts and purges the toxicity of the day. Leave your worries on the page. Do not carry them to bed. Sleep with a light heart and clear mind. Your rest is crucial. A tired mind is easily irritated. Protect your sleep as part of your Stoic discipline. Wake up ready. Put on your armor of philosophy before you step out the door. Be prepared for anything. Physical discipline builds mental discipline. When you control your body, you learn to control your mind and impulses. Push through the discomfort. Every time you endure physical pain, you build the callus needed to endure emotional pain. Callus your mind against insults. Or let them be like friction that only makes your skin tougher, not bleeding. Voluntary discomfort trains you. If you can handle the cold water, you can handle a cold shoulder from a colleague. Kill them with kindness. Confuse them with calmness. Your reaction is the one thing they cannot predict or control. Keep moving forward. Like a pawn that becomes a queen, your consistent Stoic practice will transform your humble nature. Transformation is painful but necessary. Shed the old skin of the victim. Emerge as a sovereign of your life. Look back only to see how far you have come. Do not dwell on the past versions of yourself. The road ahead is long, but you are now equipped. You have the map, the compass, and the supplies. Trust your internal compass. It points to virtue. Follow it, and you will never be lost in the storm. Do good not for applause, but because it is the nature of a human being to help others. Connect with the wisdom of the ancients. They faced the same rude people, pushed to the same betrayals, the same pain. Read their words. Let Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus be your mentors, your friends, and your guides in dark times. Find solace in study. The more you learn about human nature, the less you will be surprised by it. Knowledge is the antidote to fear. We fear what we do not understand. Understand people, and fear vanishes. See through the fog of emotion. Use the light of reason to navigate the rocky shores of social conflict. You cannot stop the wind? Must stand up a wind, but you can adjust your sails. Use the criticism to propel you forward, not backward. Be a windmill, not a wall. Turn the energy of the storm into productive power for your own life. Life is a dance, not a wrestling match. Move with the rhythm, even if the rhythm is chaotic. Learn to dance in the rain. Waiting for the storm to pass is a waste of your precious life. Memento mori. Remember you will die. Oh, do you really want to spend your limited time being upset by idiots? Let the awareness of death clarify your priorities. It strips away the trivial and leaves only what is essential. Cross out the non-essentials. Focusing on others' opinions is the definition of non-essential noise in your life. Balance is key. Walk the tightrope of life with eyes fixed on your goal, ignoring the abyss of distraction. If you lose your balance, regain it quickly. Do not punish yourself for stumbling. Just get back up. Be like a child learning to walk. Failure is part of the process. Falling is not failing. Staying down is. Celebrate your effort, not just the outcome. If you kept your cool for 5 minutes, that is a victory. Be your own best friend. Encourage yourself. You did well today. You didn't react. You stayed strong. Surround yourself with fellow Stoics. Community strengthens resolve. Find people who value peace as much as you do. If you cannot find such a community, build one. Be the example that attracts others to the path of wisdom. Build your life brick by brick. Each Stoic response is a brick in the fortress of your character. Eventually, the wall will be complete. You will be safe, looking out at the world with compassion. From your fortress, the world looks different. It is no longer a battlefield, but a landscape to be observed. Observe without judgment. Like a painter sees colors, see actions as simple events without labeling them good or bad. Mix your own colors. Soar like the eagle. Do not fight with the wind. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight with the wind, you will be blown away. If you fight, soar like the eagle. Do not fight with the snakes on the ground. Keep your altitude and your dignity. Let the snakes be snakes. It is their nature to bite. It is your nature to fly. Do not forget who you are. Remember your nobility. You are capable of reason, logic, and infinite patience. Yet do not lower yourself to the beast. The lion does not roar at every fly. It reserves its power for what matters. Be the lion. Find your inner savanna, a place of vastness and peace where you can retreat whenever the world gets too loud. Create quiet zones in your life. Silence is where healing happens. Noise is where stress accumulates. Listen to the rhythm of nature. It is never in a hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. Adopt this pace. Patience is a superpower. It gives you the time to formulate a strategy instead of just reacting blindly. Wait, think, then act. This sequence is the secret to mastering any social interaction and maintaining your power. Let go of the need to control others. You can only control yourself. That is enough. That is everything. Hold your principles like a kite string. Let them fly high, but keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Freedom is a state of mind. You are free when you no longer crave their applause or fear their booing. Run your race for yourself. The audience is imaginary. You are the only judge that matters in your life. Award yourself the gold medal of self-respect. No one else can give it to you, and no one can take it away. This is the ultimate prize, a life lived on your own terms, governed by reason, kindness, and unshakable strength. Feel the wind of freedom. It is the reward for all the hard work you have done to master your mind. The storm has passed. The clouds are clearing. You have weathered the worst and emerged stronger than before. Let this be your promise to yourself. I will never again give away the keys to my happiness. Keep the keys close. Guard them with your life. Your emotional freedom is your most precious possession. Stay vigilant. The world will test you again. But next time you will be ready. You will be stoic. Confidence comes from preparation. You have prepared. You have the knowledge. Now go and live it. Walk your path with head held high. which will warm you in the cold and will warm you in the cold and light your way in the dark. Pass this wisdom on. Be a beacon for others who are still suffering in the darkness of emotional slavery. Together, we can create a world where reason rules over emotion and kindness rules over cruelty. You are part of something bigger. You are part of the timeless tradition of those who chose to be strong. You do not walk alone. The giants of history walk with you. Lean on their strength when yours falters. Honor them by living their teachings. Philosophy is not for the classroom. It is for the battlefield of life. You are the author of your life story. Write a chapter today that you will be proud to read tomorrow. The pen is in your hand. The page is white. Do not let anyone else hold the pen for you. But thank you for joining us on this journey. If this message resonated with you, carry it with you always. Please subscribe to support our mission. Share this with someone who needs to find their inner fortress today. Remember, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Goodbye.